Okay, everybody. We are getting very close to the end of the term here in our College Learning Strategies class, 1010 W05. I'm going to quickly share my screen with you so that I can go to Momentum and we can talk about some things for our class. Let me change over to View as Banner Student so that you have a similar view. Okay, so this week is the last formal chat for our class because we are on weeks 8, 9, and 10. So I want to make sure that I give you the information you need to complete the term. The rest of the term primarily is finishing up what you started, getting your service project done, and assembling the things for your notebook. So let's take a look at the news. Welcome to week 8. I hope you enjoyed your fall break. When you become a college student right out of high school, you realize that fall break gets much, much shorter when you're in college. Summer break is longer, but fall break is shorter. And those of you who already have full-time jobs and part-time jobs probably didn't get much of a fall break at all, but you did have a break from class. So I hope you enjoyed your day or two off. So due tonight is reading chapter 7 and completing that quiz, completing journal 27 and uploading to Dropbox. I have updated all of the grades for items turned in up to fall break and during fall break. So your grades, including your participation and attendance scores, are there. You might want to take a look at those. I will accept late assignments now after fall break, but there will be a greater grade penalty. So just make sure you're prioritizing what assignments you really want to get in and those that you might be able to afford not to turn in if you have to make that decision. At the beginning of next week, you're turning in the organized notebook. Upload only the documents that were leading up to fall break. However, if you choose to go ahead and upload documents that are after fall break, you can choose the second column to turn in the organized notebook. There are actually two places. I don't mind what goes where, as long as everything from your notebook that hasn't already been turned in gets turned in to Momentum so that I can take a look at it. You want to make sure you upload those documents. If you are uploading photographs, make sure they're coming to me as either a PNG or a JPEG file. The TIFF files take a very, very, very long time to open up, and I actually have to download each one of them to my computer. So several of you who are using those TIFF files, I'm not able to see effectively what you're uploading. So due October 22nd, which is week 9, is the notebook. Read chapter 8, complete the quiz, complete journal 29, and upload to the Dropbox. You turn in your calendars. Make sure you have in those calendars are your 4 monthly calendars, August, September, October. And should have most of November filled out in advance, I'm hoping. Make sure you have your fixed and flexible sheet. That's your weekly prioritizing and where you have to take a look at what matters and what doesn't, and then your 3 weekly calendars. Complete a momentum discussion, turn in your service project hours and the career interview to Dropbox. Make sure that's the timesheet, the evaluation, and the interview, and that's by October 22nd. If it takes you until the 29th to get the service project information uploaded, that's perfectly okay with me. I don't have a problem with that. It will not be counted late. And then week 10, October 29th, no new assignments. Turn in anything that's missing. If I don't get them by October the 29th, you will not receive credit at all. So make sure you're on top of it. We're fast approaching the 29th of October, which is the end of the end of the end of this term for our 10-week session. Also, I will not be creating a chat video for week 9 and 10. I am going to upload a link to this YouTube video as soon as it is completed, in case any of you all need to say, hey, what did I miss? She's giving me reminders. Make sure I get this done. Make sure I get that done. However, I will only create a video next week if there are issues with questions that people are asking, and I think everybody needs to know. The other thing is the course survey is very, very important. Please make sure you complete the course survey. I wanted to go in and show you what your grade book should look like and how you check feedback, but as a Banner student, I don't have any grades. I haven't had anything scored, so I can't do that. But make sure you click on the comments and the feedback so that you can actually see what encouragement or constructive criticism I'm giving you so that you can continue to improve, or what comments that I've put in there that you could possibly relate to. So make sure you're actually checking your grades all along the way and reading the feedback. And just so you know, I get a notification if you read the feedback. So when I go back to the gradebook and you have not read the feedback, then I know that you're not reading feedback, obviously. The other thing is, if you have questions about how to wrap up the term, please send me an email. I will reply to you, and then I will make a video link so that everyone else can benefit from it as well. I do want to say this. This has been a very, very productive group of students. I'm very pleased with your work and your transparency and your reflections on your journals and your openness and your willingness to share. I haven't seen the depth of reflection since I've been teaching this course, going on 5 years now, but I do want you to know this is the first time I've taught the web course. So I usually teach graduate classes on the web. So if there's a suggestion that you have for me to improve the web course, I'm more than happy to do that. I actually think this course turns out better as a web class than it does an in-person class, because what we end up doing in class is the work that you guys are doing on your own. So thank you for being a great group of students, diligent, persistent, honest, hardworking. I just can't say enough about my experiences with you guys and the things that I've learned from you this term. But please, on a final note, please do take the time to do the course survey, because that is how I get my evaluation. And I want you to be honest. If there's something that I need to improve on, I want to know that so that I can continue to get better and better and meet my students' needs more effectively. You can also respond to the work in the course if you think there are too many quizzes or too many journal entries or too many discussion boards, or there needs to be fewer of all of them and more in depth. Or give us your suggestions, because this course is for you and how to prepare you for the next level. I was a little teeny tiny bit disappointed in the number of people who did not choose to do Cornell Notes. They just did regular Cornell Notes instead. In the past, I have required my students to do Cornell format of notes, but I wanted to give you guys the option this time. So I just want to encourage you on the way out. You might want to consider looking back as your courses get more difficult, doing a form of Cornell Notes, because they will actually prepare you as you take the notes. That's just my little plug for Cornell Notes. So I'm going to close up with this being the last official video. Thank you for participating in my class. Thank you for working so hard. I wish you the best of luck in your future. We have so many promising people who are headed in the right direction, and so many people who have lots and lots of things to do, have chosen to go back to school. And I appreciate the fact that you have your priorities and you're taking the time to focus on yourself to have a better life. So thank you very much. I've enjoyed working with you, and God bless.